Hello. Today it's Christmas 2017 and Rachel Hughes and I have the privilege of talking to former chairman of Cheshire Federation of WIs, and we are looking forward to hearing their little anecdotes and their little stories, and I hope that you too will enjoy what they're going to tell us in these very brief moments that we interview them. Thank you. Hello, our first interviewee this afternoon is Sylvia Batty. Am I right, Sylvia, in thinking that you were chairman of the Federation from 1986 until 1991?
Yes, you were.
Sylvia, when did you actually first join the WI?
1956.
And which WIs have you belonged to?
Well, I've lived in the same village all the time. So we had Hellsby, which then grew too large, and then we formed Hillside, and then eventually we amalgamated when the new community centre was born. So those three.
Can you remember why you actually joined WI in the first place?
Yes, because I moved to that village. I moved in October and I joined the WI in November. So it was just to get into village life and to know people.
And did you, as a member of the WI, learn any new skills?
Yes, I suppose everything.
Over the years?
Yes, I've learned various crafts, cookery, flowers, calligraphy, all sorts of skills. Anything that's come up, I joined.
And what inspired you to become more involved in your WI?
I think it was because I wanted to know more about I became group chairman, and that showed me other institutes, and from there I felt I wanted to know more about things, and then I was invited onto various little subcommittees, and it just widened my horizons.
And when did you become a federation trustee?
I think it must have been 1974 or 5.
And how would you say that being a federation trustee has enriched your life?
I think it's totally widened my horizons with regard to, not nationally, but locally in Cheshire. But also the point that I was lucky enough to go to the very first National Council, and that sort of opened my eyes to all the rest of the country, you know. And in those days, Cheshire was always thought of as the best. When people looked at you or said you came from Cheshire, they always used to say, "Oh, Cheshire," as if they knew that it had been run. The Cheshire Federation, I think, had been run very well right from the beginning, and where other federations tended to have problems, we just never did here.
Were you given any advice by former chairmen?
Yes. It was Jean Hughes, and when I became chairman, she said, when you're in the committee and you're asking for views, always be last. She said, let everyone else express their views, because if you express your view first, some of them will tend to think, oh, that's what she wants, and will go along with the idea, whether they really think not. So she said, listen to everyone else first.
And what advice would you actually give to Jean, our present
chairman? I would say the same thing.
Or to any future ones?
Yes.
Do any of the other members here today, do you have anything that you could add, that you would give as advice to a future chairman or vice chairman of the Federation?
Well, I think you always have to just be yourself. Don't try to be someone else following there. Be yourself, be natural, and you'll be accepted.
Yes, good piece of advice. What did you find, Sylvia, most challenging as a chairman?
I didn't find anything challenging. I just enjoyed every moment, and we were such a happy group, and everyone worked hard, and we just got on with things, and I don't remember any problems. I might be looking at it through rose-tinted glasses, but I just can't remember any great problems that we had at all.
Are there highlights of your term of office that you could share with us that you particularly remember?
I think it was that we had quite a few larger events, you know, like Dunham Massey and Capes Thorne and those big things. We always enjoyed working on those, and we had various large shows, and then I think we enjoyed going to National Council and meeting other people, and I always loved going to other counties to their annual meetings. I loved that. I loved listening to them. And then this can be edited, but demolishing a bottle of champagne with my treasurer one evening.
I was going to bring that up. It was, can I just develop that?
Do, please.
We went to stay in this hotel in London, which Vernon, Sylvia's husband, had booked for us, so it was a good rate. And Sylvia happened to say to the person who was ticking us off, not ticking us off, you know, writing us in, oh, it's her birthday tomorrow, you see. And when we got back after our evening meal, there was this bottle of champagne in the bedroom. So Sylvia said, well, we're going to broach that now, aren't we?
But
So
earlier,
what we were like the next day at the National Council, I don't know. Lovely.
but earlier that evening we had been to South Pacific, and we were on the front row, and Helen kept going on about these great white hairy men's legs right in our eyes.
Yeah, it's amazing what people remember, isn't it? I don't even remember South Pacific.
I didn't know that one was coming.
So that's all. That will all be cut out of the final.
A last question, Sylvia. How do you envisage future decades of the Federation here in Cheshire?
Well, some years ago, people said it would die, and I always said, no, it will not. It will carry on. It might not be in the same format. It might change, you know, what it will be like in about another 20, 30, 40, 50 years. It will be the same organisation, I'm sure, with the same ideals, but perhaps not as we would recognise it, but I'm sure it will always be there.
Sylvia Batty, thank you very much indeed for talking to me today. Thank you.